Four ordinary guys with extraordinary ideas for Disney parks. This is Main Street Musings,
the experimental podcast of tomorrow.
Welcome, one and all, to Main Street Musings, the experimental podcast of tomorrow. This is episode 2. My name is Eric, and I am joined by He'll Make a Man Out of You, Tanner.
I'm never going to catch my breath.
Next up, we have He'll Bring Honor to Us All, Jake.
Hello.
And finally, last but certainly kind of least,
Thanks,
when
buddy.
will his reflection show who he is inside, Brock?
Not until I have long flowing locks like Mulan before she cut her hair.
You may have picked up, this is going to be our Mulan theming episode. With its release on Disney Plus, we have been given the prompt to come up with a new attraction of any kind based on the story. How you guys feeling?
I am feeling like we're going to have an episode at the end of this.
I am not confident about this at all.
I am feeling like we should give our listeners the option to pay $30 to download this episode, even though we will be releasing it later, at a later date for free.
This will be a very pro-revolution in Hong Kong episode. Just so you know.
It might never come up again, but just know that those are our feelings.
We might as well just jump into it, right, guys? We might as well just go.
Yeah, I guess we
Just
can
go.
start with the pitches.
Let's
Everyone is aware of what this show is at this point.
Yeah,
and
and if you're not, go watch those other episodes.
Yeah, there are 4 of us. We each bring a separate pitch involved on a theme for Disney parks, and then we argue about them.
I meant listen.
I know. Every time he says watch, he means listen.
I feel like this has to be done. Please don't hate me. But let's get down to business.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. I was expecting a stronger reaction, honestly.
To defeat.
No, honestly, I know it's like gauche, but I will never not be thrilled when that song is referenced.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's
It's
definitely
honestly
my
one of the
favorite.
best. We should do an episode about our favorite Disney songs. Anyways, this is the part where
Are we pitching our favorite Disney song?
Ooh.
Here's a song where Mickey Mouse sings about how lonely he is.
So let's just get to it. This is the part where we roll the pyramidal object to see who starts.
To you common folk, a D4.
A D4. It's a dice.
To you even more common folk, a 4-sided die.
All right, here we go. Starting us off, we have Mr. Tanner. What's your pitch?
All right, for my Mulan-themed pitch, I am pitching a 4-day Let's Get Down to Business Run Disney event. Run your choice of a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon, or all of them to earn the Crest of the Emperor medal. Courses
that's
will
neat.
consist of obstacles inspired by the film and character photo opportunities.
That's
Wow.
really cool.
That's super cool.
And out of the box.
Yeah, I was going to say, way to think out of the box.
I wasn't expecting you guys.
Totally
I
disregarded.
I like it.
I was fully prepared to get dunked on immediately.
So does that make you confident to hear our pitches?
No.
I feel strongly about your odds going forward.
Honestly, I think Run Disney, I totally don't even think about Run Disney. So it's awesome that you thought of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to my mom, who is a big fan of the Run Disney events.
Okay. Well, awesome.
Shout out
Nicely
to the
done,
people
Tanner.
who like running, who are not me. Also, again, Tanner making me feel bad for having a actually written out word by word description of what he wants.
Is the bad boy.
Let
He
me
is the
be
bad
on
boy.
record. Bad boys are allowed to care.
They say chivalry is dead, but you've never met Tanner. You'll know it's dead at that point. All right, so not that it matters to people who can't see us, but we're going in clockwise order, which means it's me. So I guess I'll do my pitch. My pitch is also, I guess you could say, what's the word? Fitness forward. It is a wall climbing excursion where you join the Mongolian horde as they scale the Great Wall of China. on a rock climbing
Wait a minute, you're
apparatus.
following Shan Yu?
Yes.
So you're the bad guy.
You're the bad guys.
Oh.
Yeah, 100% of the time. As the defender's arrows rain down around you, you must make it to the top of the Great Wall climbing excursion.
How are you going to shoot arrows?
What happens if you don't make it to the top?
This is where I remind people we ask questions after the pitches.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay.
don't worry. I haven't thought about how the arrows work yet. So that is my elevator pitch for the Great Wall of China climbing experience.
Okay.
I believe this will be at Epcot.
Of course.
Of course.
At
naturally.
the China Pavilion?
Yeah, the China
You have to climb up the...
Yeah.
Anyway, that sounds like conversation we can have in a couple minutes.
Sorry.
All right.
All right, so it's my turn to pitch. So my pitch is going to be a Mulan musical stunt show. It's going to be kind of a combination between the park stunt shows that we're familiar with, as well as like the park musicals. It's gonna, as all the park musicals, it's going to be a very abbreviated version of the plot, just hitting on the major iconic elements. So we're going to majorly focus on the stunts and the dancing that we can incorporate into the Make a Man, Be a Man song. The avalanche battle scene and the firework climax of Mulan, and I think that's going to be something really cool that we can take a look at.
Yeah, but what if you made people climb a wall?
I mean, there will be wall climbing. It's a stunt show.
Yeah, but what if it was the audience?
No one would pay to go.
Hey, grandma in the wheelchair. Get up here.
Well, we have two strong pitches and mine going into our fourth of the day.
All right.
What do you got, Jake?
Well, I'm ready to join the ranks with Eric here. The pitch I have, actually, I can't even take full credit for. It was inspired by Tanner. This pitch is you're going to re-theme the gyms in the resort. In the resorts, you know how you have the workout room in the resort? Well, no more workout room. This is going to be straight up Chinese military training, but ancient Chinese military training from
All right,
Mulan.
that's better.
Yeah, for the record, I was not pitching a Chinese military training operation be set up in the Disney park.
I realized that was poor wording on my part. We're talking, you're going to have the logs across the river that
So
you
the
have
Be a
to-
Man scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to, yeah, exactly.
So you-
I'll make a man out of you and in your resort. So yeah, after a long day at the park, you got some health nuts in your family. They're like, oh, I'm going to run on a treadmill. Guess what? No treadmills here. Instead, you're going to shoot tomatoes through arrows at a tree.
That
And
sounds
you're going to
incredible.
run on a cliffside with buckets draped over your shoulder.
You're going to climb a large pole with two stone
yeah,
weights.
yeah, exactly.
You're going to step on little logs that are poking out of a
I
river.
believe I mentioned that first.
And you're going to be yelled at by a jacked man.
Yeah,
telling you you're
without
not
a shirt
man
on.
A
enough.
very handsome man.
Not to jump into the question portion too early, but do you have to read The Art of War before doing the gyms?
You don't have to, but they have copies available.
Yeah, in the original.
But
Mandarin.
they're Mickey's Art of War, right? Rather than Shun Tzu.
You know, I do have the book Disney War. Maybe we should just have people read that. It's about the corporate takeover with Michael Eisner.
Oh,
So,
All right, so that was my pick.
So I guess I'm the only one who didn't do a physical fitness based attraction.
That sounds
given
like
the
Brock.
makeup of the group is surprising in that there were any physical fitness theme.
All right, so I have a couple of questions.
As do I.
for Eric.
As does
particular?
God above.
Yes, what's up?
Well, you answered where. So I still have why and how.
Yeah, I am curious what thought was you put into this,
So,
if any.
wow, I feel seen right now. So I was thinking the Great Wall could separate China from the rest of Epcot,
Of course.
and so
That's what the parks need, more segregation.
I was thinking. You're right. That is what they need. In order to successfully get to the other side, you had to climb the wall, and there was cast members at the top of them shooting fake arrows, and you would as you're climbing the wall, there's like little speakers that are playing like whizzing sounds. Really.
First of all, awful idea. Second of all, I do love the idea, though, of the people trying to drink around the world.
That's exactly what I was going to say is what lawyers are we going to have on scene to make sure that our drink around the world people do not attack us and hold us liable for whatever injuries of the many I'm sure this attraction
I
will
just
lead
want to
to.
see somebody half in the bag trying to climb a wall.
This is where HBO throws some of their Game of Thrones money at it and puts a Game of Thrones themed door at the bottom of the wall so that you can get through it.
Why would HBO put something in a Disney park?
Because I don't know.
Also, I think you're
said
the
I
only
loved
one here who's
capitalism.
watched Game of Thrones, so that reference doesn't track. Is that a shovel you got there? You know you can stop digging that hole.
So I'm not feeling great about how you guys feel about the wall climbing experience.
I guess my question is, what happens if you don't make it to the top?
You don't make it to the rest of the park. I don't know.
You're kicked out of Epcot.
Yeah, you just can't. You gotta
That's
go straight.
absurd. You're only kicked out of the World Showcase.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're still
Banished
welcome
from
in future
the
world.
world at large.
Yeah. No refunds. Also,
Of course.
yeah.
That's not something we would encourage.
All right, I'm gonna have a question for Tanner, who came
Yes.
prepared today. So I guess how much of this is going to be like a 5K type run that they have in the parks, and how much is going to be obstacle course? Like, what's the ratio there?
Well, I was using inspiration from like the Tough Mudder type of runs where they run stuff. Obviously, this is Disney. We want it to be a little bit more open to people, so there will be different obstacles. So you'll have the famous things from like the I'll Be a Man of You. I think there will be like wall climbing type things, but those are mainly going to be optional for people who choose to participate. When you go to these runs, there's a lot of things like that and photo ops that are optional. People who care about their time can bypass them and just continue their run if that's all they want to do, but it's a great memory maker and a great place to take a photo of you climbing with assistance the pole, grabbing the arrow, photo ops like that. A really great opportunity for people to have a memory and live life as this warrior.
I guess so that's where it comes out into play that you do know a little bit more about these 5Ks. So there's I'll admit that I know very little. So you're saying that there's like photo opportunities that happen. Jake, you're awful to me.
Yes, my mom's gone to a couple at this point, and they offer, usually it's just traditional, like photo opportunities with characters. So we would also have things like a photo op with Mulan and Mushu going on while we're doing the run. But these would be in replacement of some of those would be these little like cute setup events where you can try to do this, and it's safe for kids and people of all ages.
That's really cool.
Unlike
Honestly,
Tough Mudder, we're doing like everything's made out of like a softer material, so you're not worried about actually getting hurt, and it's not designed to push your body to the extreme. It's just something fun you can say you did.
I can honestly say I would try that as somebody who doesn't like working out or being.
Yeah,
I would try that. It sounds awesome.
it sounds like a much more entertainment based kind of alternate to the regular 5K, and I think it sounds a little bit more accessible for people who might not be interested in just a sort of run. It's really fun, and I love the idea of the Emperor's Medal.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, for people who don't know, usually you can do like the big one that they do every year is the Dopey Challenge, where you run a 5K, a 10K, a half marathon, and a marathon, and you get medals for all of those. But on top of that, if you complete them all, you get the Dopey Challenge Medal of the Year. So the Emperor's Medal would be my version of that for this run.
Oh, very
If you
cool.
rose to the challenge and ran them all in the 4 days, you would get that medal on top of them.
Oh man,
I love that.
That's
I
awesome.
really like this, Tanner. Nicely done.
Thank you.
So, Brock,
Yes.
do you envision your stage show as sort of like a set up indoor, fully staged musical experience? Do you expect it outside? Is it more as you're going through the streets?
I'm kind of picturing it on a stage similar to the Indiana Jones Stunt Show Spectacular, where
So
it's
it's outside, but the audience is
outside,
sitting
but you're under the roof.
Okay.
And perhaps I would say that in this version, the stage would be a little bit more covered, because what I'm envisioning, and I didn't get to mention it in my pitch, Cirque du Soleil has a show, I believe it's in Las Vegas, where the entire premise of the show is the moving stage. It can go sideways, it can tilt, it can go at a lot of different angles, and I think that would be a really cool way to do the avalanche scene.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we could do a lot of really cool stunts with that. And I think if anyone could do it, it's Disney. Mm-hmm. Obviously, well, it's Cirque du Soleil, but if anyone else could do it, it's Disney. And so I think like having a really like a theater built for this and around this idea would be really cool. And then, you incorporate the dance elements, you incorporate the musical, but with that added bonus of stunts that I think Mulan adds more than most other Disney properties.
Yeah, definitely.
Where it's really like the really cool physical things that the characters are doing.
Like wall climbing.
Like wall climbing, which again could actually be a part of it.
See, my idea ended up in both of the good ones.
It did.
It did.
But the main thing being that it's not necessarily the audience that is climbing the wall.
Yeah, it's
Brock, I also had a question for you. I was just wondering how much your stage show would rely on the music from the original animated film, because I know this new version, obviously we haven't seen it yet, but seemed to be moving away from some of the campier elements of that. What would be your ratio of like balancing like the traditional Chinese like martial arts types of things and the movie?
Well, I think this is kind of a perfect opportunity in the parks to kind of blend them, because like obviously the animated cartoon you can't directly translate to live action because it's to actual stage actors. So it'd be really cool to incorporate like the design elements of the movie. And while I haven't seen it, there's one thing, like I've seen the trailers and it's a very pretty movie.
Absolutely.
So incorporating those design elements while also incorporating mostly the story elements from the original, more nostalgic animated film, because everyone loves the songs, everyone loves the music from that movie. It's got some incredible music. So I think in a theme park setting, it would be a mistake to get rid of that. Yes. And I also think like because stunts and dance can be so closely connected and they're so rhythmic when you do that, I think it's really cool to set that to music when you can.
Oh, we could do a whole podcast about Eastern theater and how that philosophy could bleed into that particular stage show. We won't.
Correction, you and Tanner could do an entire podcast. Oh, I guess and Brock.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is people who have a bachelor's degree in theater.
You want to talk about no puppetry? I will talk about no puppetry all day.
Jake, I have a very important question for you. Do you get more swole if you bench press a log than if you bench press an actual bench press?
I imagine you would, yes.
Cool. I'm sold.
I don't have firsthand experience with that, but I imagine that's.
Does anybody have any more questions for Jake in his gym?
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. He presented it like it was a joke and a stupid idea. I do kind of think it would be fun. There are those. This is more of a discussion than a question, but there are those sorts of indoor like obstacle courses and such that you could definitely incorporate, especially if it was aimed for all ages.
Well, I agree with that, but that being said, I think we get closer to that with Tanner's idea.
Exactly. That's where I was leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of aesthetic similarities between them in terms of like we're going to use obstacle courses for fitness of some kind.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. So let's vote.
Yeah, I think we should begin voting.
All right. And it is going to be Tanner.
All right. So thank you, Eric and Jake, for making my choice a little bit easier this time than in our last episode. I'm going to vote for Brock. I think that's a really great idea of combining the two films and making something new that audiences can enjoy.
Thank you very much. Jake?
I think I also have to vote for Brock. I really like the idea of having a new stunt show in the parks, because really all that they have now is Indiana Jones, and that's kind of on its way out, right? Mm-hmm. So I really like the idea of having a new one.
I really think Tanner came to the table with something really out of the box, and creative in a way that I don't think any of us really expected, because Run Disney is not what all of us think of when we think of Disney, and I got to give my vote to Tanner.
Ugh, guys, the pressure. We haven't discussed what happens if we tie.
Well, there's a coin we can flip, I guess.
We can flip. So I love Brock's idea. I think it's incredible. I want to talk about it, but we do, for future reference for our listeners, we do have some things set aside to talk about shows specifically, and this may be a unique opportunity for us to talk about something that is not normally discussed.
That is a very good point.
My vote in that regard goes to Tanner, though I think they are both very strong.
Absolutely.
So this is the part where Brock and I box.
I will say, given Eric's comments, I would like to rescind my pitch, and I think we should talk about Tanner's.
I have to agree. I think this is a good opportunity to talk about Tanner's idea.
Cool. Congratulations, Tanner.
Thank you. I have to agree. I think this is a great opportunity to talk about Tanner's idea. So if we go to my notes... I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, this might be a shorter episode because there's a lot less like logistics to talk about, like ride systems and everything, because the ride system here is going to be your feet.
I do have a couple of just like logistics questions.
Totally.
Yeah.
Where do you envision, like in the parks, this happening? Is this like downtown Disney? Is it in the parks themselves? Is it around?
Usually they happen before the parks open.
Okay.
So for this one specifically, I wanted to make it work in Epcot. So we can have our finale of all of these be designed to be in the China Pavilion.
Oh, okay. Very
that
nice.
felt thematically like the most appropriate spot to end them.
Yeah.
That would be really neat.
Okay.
And isn't there where's the second gate in Epcot? That's
The second gate is in World Showcase. It's right behind France.
yeah. Okay, so we could probably
Or near
incorporate
France.
that area as well.
Yes, for sure. And even like going down into, I don't remember which resort that connects to, but using some of that space.
It's Beach Club.
I think it's Yacht and Beach
Boardwalk?
Club.
Yacht and Beach Club. Yeah.
I'm going to
Musings.
play audience surrogate here for a second. Can we get a quick explanation of what a second gate is?
It's literally a second gate into the park. There's the main gate into Epcot, which is over by Spaceship Earth, the big ball, and then it's kind of like the back door in.
So there is another phrase where we're talking about different gates, and that means something else. But in this context, it's just another entrance to the park.
So I guess we should have said the second entrance to the park, not
Thank
gate.
you. Just wanted to clarify.
Yes. Thank you, Eric.
So we could use a lot of that space without interrupting the flow, but also just the World Showcase area is beautiful to, I think, run through at any time. And with set up spots for pictures and stuff, you can use backdrops to keep things in the theme of Mulan.
And I do truly love the idea that you're kind of pitching it as this casual, like not too casual, but there's the casual element of stopping, taking pictures, doing the...
Yeah, I like the idea that it's something anyone can do. If you're a diehard runner and you just care about your time and the medal at the end, that's great. You don't need to stop for any of this. But if you're a family who wants to do a fun exercise thing while you're in the park, so you can do the 5K version that's short, kids can climb a little climbing wall, adults can climb a climbing wall, take pictures with your favorite characters from Mulan, and just enjoy the day before then you go to a park.
I am so mad that he is making me want to do a
I know.
5K.
I want to do that. And I'm fat as hell.
It's all my mom's fault because she's been slowly telling me how fun they can be.
They sound awesome.
People come dressed in costumes.
Yeah.
It's
Darn you, Nicole.
Well, so I've done the Turkey Trot 5K in downtown Detroit, which is obviously different. But yeah, people get really into it with costumes and everything. So this
What's the difference between downtown Detroit and Disneyland?
Fewer automobiles in Disneyland.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they weren't built in Disneyland, whereas
Right,
Detroit,
yeah.
you know.
An equal amount
Motown.
of abandoned factory buildings, though.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Let's talk about the specific events because I know we have general ideas.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I think we can take a cue from obviously the Be a Man moments.
I actually had an idea while you guys were talking, if you don't mind. It's not from the To Be a Man.
Yeah, the definitely.
Yes.
I don't know why we call it To Be a Man. It's I'll Make a Man Out of You.
The song is Be a Man.
Is it? I'm pretty sure. No, it's I'll Make a Man Out of You.
I think it's Be a Man.
Get on Google.
Be
Who's
a
gonna win?
man. You must.
Do you
Tanner
think
or
Google
Brock?
will sponsor us?
We could ask.
Oh,
Hey, Google.
nope. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Don't try to school me on song
All
facts,
right.
boy.
And for the viewers, Brock is leaving out the front door now. He will be replaced next episode with a real Disney fan.
Head hung in shame. Anyway, so this one I thought of. Now, what's that TV show where people do the obstacle courses? Iron.
Oh, so there's a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like the American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
kind
like-
of thing.
kinda like that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I've seen something on there where it's like a rotating, it's almost like a rolling pin, and it's spinning towards you, and you've got to climb over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I envision that, but like made of foam, and it's
Yeah.
soft, and it's got like chunks on it, so it's not like smooth, and it's spinning towards you. And that's the avalanche from the end of the movie. And
that's
you're
fun.
trying to escape the avalanche. You
That's
got to climb over
midpoint
this
of the
thing.
movie, but yeah.
Well, yeah, midpoint. Sorry. So that's kind of I envision that as one of the potential obstacles.
Yeah.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Absolutely.
And you could have like fake snow, which Disney is good at doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love the idea of having like cast members dressed up, ready to help like guide people and do it. And you
Yeah.
can show off like some people like actually like Brock was talking about like gymnasts and stuff doing cool martial arts displays could be another thing that
Oh,
people are
absolutely.
watching.
Yeah, that could be
Like
neat.
Stunt
showing how they
performers.
get through the avalanche, and it might be
Yeah.
cool and skilled. And then it's fun to watch like other people climb and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Fail sometimes, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I think the avalanche, that's a really cool idea.
And like, what about like a 40-yard dash where you have the thing behind your neck? Like they're like they're
The
like
yoke with
carrying
the,
yoke with
oh,
the
with the
Yeah,
buckets.
that would be
thing.
fun.
Yeah.
That would be a great like thing. Do the next with that, and then people
Yeah.
can get a picture at the end of it.
Yeah,
doing
probably
it.
a
Yeah.
lighter, more comfortable one, but it
Yeah.
looks like,
But
yeah.
it looks
Right.
Oh yeah,
Right.
the goal of none of this is to actually
Yeah,
break
we're not
people.
torturing the
It's
guests.
cute, fun photo ops.
Yeah, it's
that
like
do
1
it.
pound weights on
Yeah.
the end of it or whatever, right?
We could, I'm trying to think of a way to incorporate the climbing the pole. That doesn't seem impossible.
So
It could be an option for people.
yeah, so I have the way lumberjacks used to do pole climbing, but
they'd
there was
have
this
the
whole
boots.
thing where they had the boots that they would kick into the tree, and
With
you
the
have to wear
spikes.
harnesses, and that's the thing we got to be careful of because as soon as you involve climbing, you got to work in safety harnesses.
Yeah.
and stuff.
well,
I'm
I would
thinking-
only think like climbing like 2 feet up, but
Yeah,
you know,
my idea for the
feet.
pole
Well,
would
a
be
couple
a photo op more than anything.
Okay.
Of like
Yeah.
how you could do it. You could carve footholds into the poles,
And it
so
looks,
people can
and
climb up.
The
yeah.
way it's shot, it looks like they're higher up than they are.
with a background of
Yeah,
like
that's
the
nice.
sun
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the sky,
that's-
and you can do
that's
that
good.
and
Yeah.
pose it maybe
An
with like
arrow is up there.
Yeah,
Ooh, we should. What about like a group? I keep doing like mini run things, but like where you and like your family or a group of people can all get underneath one of those like Chinese New Year's dragons,
Which is also featured in the
and
movie.
also featured from the movie. Get a photo op in there. Also add that as a little bit of the course or whatever.
I guess I think that's a cool idea, except the way those costumes work is you can't see who's in the dragon, so I
Yeah.
don't see how that's a photo op.
fair.
Maybe that's just one of the obstacles. You got to run with that thing on your
But
head.
you could definitely have a picture
There you go,
with
Eric.
that.
Yeah, see, Eric knows what's up.
Yeah, no, there's definitely photo ops to be had. I just don't think while wearing
Everybody
the
put
costume.
a mask on your head
I don't
so
know
we
about
can
you
take a
guys,
picture of you.
but my shins are my best quality, so I want as many pictures of those things as
His
possible.
ankles.
Yeah, I have very good ankles.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, but I mean, if we just refer to the "I'll make a man out of you" segment, there's I think it's a really cool one, which I don't watch that show. What was it called?
American Ninja Warrior.
American Ninja Warrior.
But I've seen ads and stuff, and I think I've seen them running across the logs.
Yeah.
I think that would be a pretty cool one.
Yeah,
to do.
we'd have to like set up some sort of like place
Water.
for them to safely fall.
Yeah,
But yeah.
water.
You mean
or
you don't
foam
want them
underneath.
just falling into one of the rivers that runs through Disney?
No,
Parks?
I
You're
was
gonna get
thinking-
gators.
I was just thinking
got
the-
gators in those rivers.
I was thinking just the concrete pathways.
Oh, of
I think
course.
the whole thing is you use like Brock was saying about those like jump zones where you can do all these sort of activities that are like foam and softcore stuff. You
Yeah,
use,
it's like a
there's,
ball
blue,
pit almost, or
Yeah,
a
like
foam
blue
pit.
foam pit.
Yeah.
Of water, blue screen, and then you can jump from one to one to one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other one, and this is probably would be deemed unsafe, is where like the arrows are shooting at them. And you could do like the arrows with like a foam ball on the end. So it wouldn't hurt you. But there's still arguments where it's like if it hits them in the eye or
You could potentially do something that's themed that way, where you're running a gauntlet where it's like more through a hallway and just like little
water balloons.
foam sticks are poking out and you got to avoid them.
Something like
not
that,
something
yeah.
that would
Yeah,
necessarily
like the skeletons from Indiana Jones, right? Or whatever.
yeah,
That's like
something that wouldn't necessarily hurt you.
Yeah.
And then the other one in that scene is when they're shooting the arrows at the tree. I don't know, would archery
I've been thinking about how we could
archery
incorporate
probably
archery.
would not be something they
I was
encourage in
thinking
the
a
parks.
photo op of
Yeah.
Oh, another
Li
photo op.
Shang teaching you
Oh,
how to
okay.
aim
Oh, that's
Nice.
the
fun.
bow.
Yeah, okay.
Get the
Much better.
actual
Nicely
that
done.
would be
Yeah.
your character meet and greet.
Yeah,
but
you
it's
could
still
do a meet and greet
incorporated
with
to the-
him, teaching you how to hold the bow, and you can get
Yeah.
a picture with that.
Okay, I like that. And then another, would this be a photo op? It would be really cool to have where she's on the roof and she's jumping, the fireworks are going off behind her. That could be another cool photo
Yeah,
op.
that could be
Yeah.
a really good like finish the race. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
jumping up, and then they can use like in a lot of the pictures now, like in Animal Kingdom next to Mount Everest, they'll tell you shiver, and then they'll edit in all of
Right.
the like snow and storm behind you. You could do that with the fireworks in
Yeah.
the background of people jumping in celebration.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Nice.
All right, now let's talk metals.
Let's talk metals.
Yeah, let's do it.
I like gold.
I prefer titanium myself. It's a little more firm.
What about unobtainium?
Aluminum's fun.
Unobtainium. Don't get me
This is where I remind everyone why diction is important, because we're talking medals.
Oh, see, Brock, you shouldn't mumble.
I apologize.
The best part, everyone knows when you run, you're doing it for the medal, especially like these
Yeah.
Disney medals that are so well crafted and iconic. So I thought it'd be fun
and
to pitch
collectible.
like designs for those.
Yeah.
To go,
Yeah.
because I pitched
that's
obviously
absolutely
the
great.
Emperor.
And
The
he
Emperor's
gives her
crest as one.
He gives her that in the movie. doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he gives her
Yeah.
the medal at the end, but
of the
but you
cartoon.
said so.
But there are 4 more medals.
Exactly,
For the
there's
5K,
four
10K,
ideas.
Yeah.
Half marathon and the full marathon that we could talk about cool either designs or characters that we think would be representative of them based on who we're targeting for each one of these.
So if we're talking medals, I think a classic thing, a prop from the original movie, well, not prop, but that looks like a medal. What if for one of the races we did? He hands her those 2 weights to climb the.
Yep.
And those have an iconic look. It's the ribbon through the center of the stone
Yeah.
wheel.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't give everyone a
Yes.
stone wheel, but that look right there, that's fun. And it's made of metal, so give it some weight, and that's kind of fun. It incorporates the idea.
Well, now, Tanner, are the Run Disney medals actually made of metal?
Yes.
Okay, because I did the Castaway Key 5K, and the metal's cool, but it's made of rubber.
Yes. The ones, because my mom just ran the Princess Marathon,
Okay.
and she's doing virtual runs, and all of them have been solid metal
Okay,
with some
cool.
weight behind them.
Yeah. All right.
I think it depends. If it needed to be made of something else, it could too.
Okay.
But
not stone though.
traditionally, they're metal.
Stone.
No.
I was just curious.
She got a little Mushu statuette.
Yeah, a little Mushu. I was also thinking a cute one for like the 5K would be the cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, cricket?
The lucky
Yeah, I like
cricket in
cricket.
his cage, like
Yeah.
Lucky Cricket 5K.
So
I think so. I like the Mushu at the beginning when Mushu is frozen as a statue in the Hall of
Yeah.
the Ancestors, kind of that imagery. So it looks, like really cool.
Yeah, I think that one would be for like the kid, like definitely like the kids getting through everything.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
maybe you flip
Yeah.
it, and on the other side, it's fun cartoon Mushu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's.
I don't. So this was an icon of the movie, and it sticks in my mind. But I don't know if it fits. It's that very famous shot where she leaves her comb on the table and it's got the lily on it. I think it's a
Oh,
lily.
that comb is very
Yeah,
pretty.
the lily is definitely an
That's
image
a
that we should go for.
That's a
Yes.
great icon. The only thing is, it's supposed to be symbolic of her
casting aside that part of
casting
herself.
aside that part of herself and joining the warrior side of herself. So I don't know if that can be used or not, but it's a good icon. So I don't know.
It's a small item that.
And we can't cut people's hair.
Yeah.
And I would definitely, though, we
love
say
to,
we
but
could
we can't.
incorporate it into the theming of signage and stuff. Keep
Yeah.
that Lily
Yeah.
present if we don't want to give that away as the medal.
Okay. Yeah.
What about an entire reflecting pool so that you can see who you are on the inside?
Oh, that's nice.
But you
like
have
a-
to finish the Iron Man portion of that. So,
those-
like, swim a mile, swim 3 miles, bike 75.
Well, that's for
run.
our Avengers thing.
Oh, yeah.
You have to do
Eric,
it in
we
a
can
metal
put this
suit.
reflection pool right next to your wall attraction that killed 7 guests the first day.
Yeah, because they fell into the reflecting pool. It's not my fault.
So that'll be like the memorial to them.
And
the reflecting.
also their final resting place.
It's the reflection pool / a monument to Eric's failure. Eric Hand, one man's murder.
All right, so day 1, 5K. We've got the Lucky Cricket.
Yes. So
All
we
right.
have the kids' Mushu for completing the mini obstacle courses.
Yeah.
We
We
got
have
the-
the Emperors for finishing everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about the Great Stone Dragon? That's a fun icon. From
That
the
is a
beginning
fun
of the film.
icon.
He doesn't feature in the movie at all, but he is cool.
He's cool looking,
So,
and
yeah,
you know
so
he's
what would he be for?
he was used. The shot of the lightning flashing against the Great Stone Dragon was
Right.
like the main thing from the trailers
Yeah,
for
I
that
remember
movie.
that.
I would incorporate it maybe as a 10K medal then. Because
Yeah.
I think you're going to want your big, like, either your character one for the full marathon. So, like, the Fa Mulan medal, like, with her face doing
Yeah.
something on it.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool.
And then have the Fa Mulan for the that, and then the Emperor's Medal for finishing everything.
yeah.
And
Cool.
then for the half marathon, I guess we skipped.
Oh yes, the
right.
half marathon.
For the half marathon, we could
Never.
use a medal of Yao
Ling
Ling,
and
Shinpo.
Shinpo. Okay, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah, and
that would be cool.
And I mean, those are like the 3 iconic, like fun
Yeah.
characters. I
And
mean,
it's
apart
like
from
a-
Mushu, but yeah,
Yeah, a silly pose of them, like during a girl with fighting.
the girl
for
was fighting for you.
Yeah.
song,
Yeah.
just in like a medal.
Well, so now they each in the song "I'll Make a Man Out of You." They each kind of have their own thing they're working on, right? So, Chin Po is the one that we see running across the river. That's
Yeah.
kind of the focus is on him. So he could be there, maybe like
Yeah.
a character greet or a photo op. And then, is it Ling is the one who he's breaking boards with his face, which I don't think we should have the guests do. But
Correct.
I think a funny Ling exhausted after carrying the things with you could be a good fun
Yeah.
photo opportunity for him.
It'll be a cool medal.
yeah.
Yeah, it will be a really cool medal.
I'm excited about it.
So Tanner, did we miss any medals?
Nope. So I think full on we had the Lucky Cricket 5K and also a Mushu one for any kids doing the obstacle course portions. Then we had our 10K was the Stone Dragon.
Yep.
And then our half marathon was Yao, Ling, and Chin Po.
Okay.
And our full marathon would be a medal one of Fa Mulan. And finally, if you complete them all, you would get the Emperor's Crest medal.
I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. That's
Do you
exciting.
have a name?
My name for the event as a whole was the Let's Get Down to Business.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Oh,
I love
like
it.
that. Nicely done, Tanner.
How you
This
feeling?
this was a very refreshing, out of the box thought that
Yeah.
I did not expect to be so
Yeah.
into.
This is super cool.
Yeah, I'm into this. I would totally do this event.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would be thrilled about it.
And
I
again,
mean, I might die, but I would do it.
I would
I
do-
think we are all going to be incredibly disappointed when Disney does not do this.
God, the disappointment reigns. How are you feeling about your Let's Get Down to Business?
I like it. We could also. I feel happy if anyone has any more adjustments to make, changes to the name. I'm open to it.
I love Let's Get Down to Business.
think
That's a great name.
Every single person of a certain age and younger, when they hear the
Yeah.
phrase "Let's get down to business," immediately follows up with "to defeat the Huns."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I do.
Yeah. It's the perfect incorporation of the, like, otherwise you'd have to go a little too serious, like the Emperor's Games or something like that.
Yeah.
And that does not instantly ping Mulan.
Right.
And the, like, if I hear the Let's Get Down to Business 5K event, I know exactly what the theming is.
Especially in a Disney context.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. I think it's perfect. Excellent job, Tanner.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well,
We didn't clap
done.
for Eric's idea in the last episode.
Oh, clap for Eric's idea. Yeah.
You guys did it first, and then we talked about it, and then you didn't. Not that I was paying attention.
Clearly.
Yeah, but we booed for your one in this one.
That's true.
God, this has been a whirlwind of emotions. I was on the highest high, and now I'm just. All right, so how you guys feeling about a lightning round?
Oh, I'm feeling so
This is
good.
going to be so different
Yeah.
than what we just said.
I know. So I think we're going to keep going with the lightning round. Now, I should point out, I don't have Run Disney event as an attraction
I
type.
think we're gonna have to add that
So
to the wheel for
that
the
might
upcoming
have to
episodes.
get added later.
All right.
Not in this episode.
All right, guys, it's time for the lightning round. Lightning round. What do you got for us, Jack?
Lightning.
All right, so today the wheel has determined, God, we're doing a re-theme
Oh no.
of Hall of Presidents as Monsters Incorporated. So roll the die of fate. Tanner, didn't Tanner start us off on the other one?
I got this.
All right, Tanner, let's hear it.
And go.
Okay, so today we will be re-theming the Hall of Presidents into Monster Inc. Scare Academy. We will be replacing the animatronics of each of the presidents with a new unique monster. So we'll see some of the ones we love, like Mike Wazowski and Sully, along with a new group of new monsters, each with a lesson teaching us how to scare children, going through the history of the beginning of scaring children to now, where we make them laugh. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Wow.
All right, reroll 4 and Brock.
All right, I think it's going to be similar to Tanner's idea, but instead of looking at the history, we look at the multiculturalism. We've never really explored the wider world of these scarers. What is that wider world? So we can look at also kind of how it's mythologically inspired by the different mythologies and different monsters from different cultures introduce themselves and just say a little bit of how they generate scream energy in their culture.
Nice.
Wow.
All right, quick rock, paper, scissors on shoot.
All right.
Winner goes.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Okay. And cool. So this is going to be Mike and Sully talking about giving an introduction to the plant and be like, this is how we take screams and turn them into energy, or laughs and turn them into energy. And then all of a sudden, all the electricity goes out. Randall's voice echoes through the halls, and you see Randall pop up as an animatronic taking the place where I guess Donald Trump is right now, and explains that he's going to make everything scares and villains again, and then lights out, and then you have to leave. Bye.
Ends on a grim note.
All right, Jake, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. All right, my pitch is you are now in the offices of the CDA, I believe, the Child Detection Agency, and you're getting a presentation from number one, which of course we know is Roz, and she explains to us the dangers of children and why we need to watch out for them. And of course, this would be quite comical for us as humans, because we know that children are not as dangerous as the monsters think. And of course, all of the president animatronics we could easily retheme by just putting them in yellow suits like they did with Drew Carey, at
Superstar
DCA.
Limo.
Superstar Limo, thank you. Did I make it in time? That one was
Yeah,
close.
that was
Good
nice.
Lord.
I was fumbling over my words.
Way to go, team. I'm continually
crap.
astounded by our ability to make that stuff up.
Well, I was expecting it to be worse. That we pulled that.
There's
one
something
off,
about the
surprisingly.
pressure cooker of that 30
Yeah.
seconds that just brings out the creative energy.
Yeah.
I
and
hate it, but I
ideas.
kind of want to live in it.
Yeah, exactly. I like that it's just 30 seconds anymore, and I feel like I might explode.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, cool.
Well, thanks
That
for
was
tuning
fun.
in. That was fun. Really good idea today, Tanner. And Brock.
Thank you.
Really solid.
This was an episode that I had no confidence in going in, and it came out really well. And that includes the lightning round that
Yeah.
I had no confidence in.
What can we say, guys? We're really good at this.
And thanks for tuning in to Mainstream Musings Episode 2. Join us next time for Episode 3, where we talk about stage shows and stunt shows. Wow. Such wow.
Brock, do you happen to have an idea?
Guys, I think I messed up real bad. And they should find us on the socials. Isn't that right, everybody?
Absolutely. Twitter at MSM_podcast.
We are Facebook.com/Main Street Musings.
On Instagram at main_street_musings.
And I'm Brock. All right, thank you for joining us, everyone. We are Main Street Musings, the experimental podcast of tomorrow.
We are out.